Hello, it's Nikki. Welcome to episode 8 and part 2 of this series where I'm really helping you to look at your life and your business and your goals and your wish list in this little and often way. Building this rhythm where your goals do not live lurking in a corner that is locked away, and we're bringing them out each and every day. We're getting to know them. We're making moves, all imperfectly. Part 2 today, I want to talk about money. I think it's such an important topic, and I do not want you to be a starving artist. Believe me, I've tried it. I have tried being that starving artist and really keeping myself small and hidden, and it just doesn't work. For me, personally, I'm sure some people might think that it's very a worthy thing, but I've got people to help. I've got children I need to feed. I want to create a lifestyle where my nervous system is rested, where I can think straight, where I have clarity, and then I can help more people. I don't want to be scrimping and saving the whole time. And that has meant over the years, I've had to do a lot of that money mindset work. That did not come naturally to me. So number one, I want you to grab a piece of paper first and foremost, if you can. But number one, it is so important that you build a relationship with your goals and how they relate to money. And so I want you to book a regular date with your goals and with your money. And I want you to begin to make it real, not random, not when you feel like it, not when 3 months is up and you go, oh, blimey, I haven't thought about this for a while. Maybe I should. I want you to book a recurring meeting, whether that is 10 minutes in the morning. So for example, if I don't have any children awake, which is always a great thing, if I am the first one up, I have the same thing in the morning. And I go downstairs, I open the back door, I make a cup of tea, and I sit on my sofa. And I usually have, sometimes with a notepad and paper, but often just with my thoughts, 5 to 10 minutes of thinking time. What do I want? How do I feel? I have that sort of check-in period. And this is how I want you to begin to think about your goals and your money in this little and often way. I know that if somebody asks most of us, we might say, yeah, I'd love to make some more money. And actually, I wouldn't like to do it in a way that I'm working 100 hours a week. If I could have more ease and flow in this would feel really great. I am also of the understanding that these things don't just automatically happen. We have to set the scene for them. So whether it's a Friday morning, whether you take yourself out for a lovely cup of tea and a slice of cake at the end of the month and you do this, or whether like me, 5 to 10 minutes every day, you spend that time checking in, reflecting and seeing what's going on, I want you to do that. Because when you begin to build that progress, build those habits, you have something to look back on. You have those points in time where it's like, yeah, I've been doing this for a while. This is why I always write down every single time I run. Because sometimes I can say to myself, well, I'm not really getting any fitter, or I'm not getting any faster, or, oh gosh, is this running thing even working? And yet, when I track back, and then I might go, well, actually, I've run 4 times this week, and that's more than I did a fortnight ago. So that's really good. You have to acknowledge all of the stages. Number 2, you have to invest in the party that you want to have. Now, for me, when I'm thinking about investing, I have had to build a relationship with that. And when I think about how I earn money, I am never just earning money to keep it all. I want to circulate it. I don't want to just save it all and squirrel it away for a rainy day. I want to live. I want to live right now and enjoy being out in the world and being able to make decisions. And I think that sometimes the way that we think about money is that if we spend or if we invest, we're taking away from the pot. And actually how we need to think about it is that this is all part of the process. you investing in the thing will get a greater result. So before Christmas, we had a Christmas party at our house. And I think we had maybe 14 or 16 people that were going to come over for lunch. So of course we did that like morning clean, like moving the table around. I mean, my kids absolutely loved it. I remember when my parents used to do it, and it's so exciting. Like, all these people are going to be in our house, and where's people going to sit? And it was so great. If I've got 14 to 16 people, and of course, this is a personal choice, you could say to all your friends and family, you bring the drinks, you bring a packed lunch, and you can come and sit on my chair, but I'm not going to be doing anything. That is not the way that I like to do things. So I was cooking, and I'd made several things. I'd done some baking. I'd got some drinks in. I'd organized various things. There was an investment of time and food and money and energy and thought to make sure that this was set up to have a great party. So by the time my friends arrived, they could enjoy this moment. And this is the thing that we need to consider in terms of our business, that we have to set the scene for this. So if, for example, and I get this because I have done this also in the beginning of my business, if you're always chasing the free stuff, and you're always going, well, I won't invest in that now because, I want to play really small. I want to be really lean. You're going to have to pay for it in another way. And to go back to that Christmas party, what if somebody didn't get the email about the fact there's not going to be any food? You're going to have to pay for it in a way that you're going to have that awkward conversation going, do you know what? I've literally made no effort for you coming to my house. So you're going to have to go to the shop now and go and get yourself some food because there's nothing here. I've got empty cupboards and you just didn't get the email. Even saying that, I would just never, ever do that. And so we have to look at how we're investing in ourselves, in our business, as part of creating the party that we want to have. You paying your website fee every single month, or you getting the investment and the support of a coach, for example, if you want to go to that next level, it has to be part of it. Or you can just choose to play really small and to do these things, but you can't play really small and expect to gain all of the big results. Number 3, ultimately, if you want to make more money, one of the things I think it comes down to is your sales strategy. And that can look as simple as telling more people more often and being familiar with those numbers and getting to know those conversion rates. And one of the things that people will say to me is like, nobody's buying at the moment. Nobody is doing X, Y, and Z. When was the last time that you sold? When was the last time you put your face on the internet and you said, this is who I am and this is what I'm all about and this is how I can help you? These are the results that I've gleaned before, and these are the results that I can bring to our time together. Sometimes it's about the obvious. Just doing more, turning up the volume, turning up the pace, the brightness on what it is that you offer. Nobody's going to come and knock on your door of your house and go, I think there's somebody in there who's a coach. Do you want to come out and tell me about your services? You have to go to the front door or put your face on the internet and say, this is what I've got. This is what's happening. This is what I'm all about. And so when we look at your sales strategy, it can't just be flippant. It can't be like, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm not going to do anything. You have to be very strategic with it and build that consistency into your life and your business. Number 4, I often think that, I see it all the time. Things that are designed by people who have not met the people that they are designing for. And I remember my friend when I was helping her out, and she's got 3 children. Her middle daughter has special needs, and in the beginning, sort of when she was even 5 or 6, we would take a buggy. And my friend's daughter by this stage was heavy to be able to lift. The amount of places, and I'm even talking like places that would be her support system, Their lifts were never working. They didn't have ramps in place. It was really complicated. The car park system wouldn't help out. Like, it was just all an absolute shambles. And sometimes what I see is people on paper offering fantastic things. You're like, wow, that's a lot of value. But they're not bearing in mind their ideal client. So they might be saying, like, I'm going to be doing this workshop every Monday to Friday, and we're all going to meet at 10 a.m. Well, most people have other stuff going on. Most people need to make their life and their business work together. And so it's really for you to make sure that A, you're talking to your ideal clients and asking them questions, and B, really making sure that it all makes sense, that you're not just going, I'll just give them more and more value. It's almost like to go back to the Christmas party, if I knew that I was cooking for vegetarians, I don't want to be like, well, I just want to be really generous. So I'll make this huge charcuterie board and I'll make a roast dinner because I want to show them how fantastically I cook meat. They're not interested. They're vegetarians. And so, yes, they might go, well done for doing that. You've gone to a lot of effort. They don't want to go anywhere near that meat. So really bear that in mind, because sometimes what you might need to do is tweak the product, the service, and make sure that it works with your ideal client or customer. And number 5, we have to go first and truly believe and connect in our product and service. And so often people they're having a relationship with their product and service, almost like it's sitting on a shelf and it's a bit dusty, and it's like, oh, what, you've inquired about that? Okay, I'll see if I can reach it down and pull it out. I want you almost to have your product and service in your back pocket, that you can bring it out and talk about it at any time. It's this, and we do this, and this is how it's going to help you. I want this thing to feel really lively. The moment of, like, the first thing you pull from the fridge, or that thing where it's like, oh, maybe got a bit of pasta sauce at the back of the fridge. Oh no, actually, oh, it's gone off. Right, I need to put that in the bin. I want you to be so excited about your product and service. And you can do this in a little and often way, showing your ideal client how you can shorten the journey, how you can break down the obstacles that are stopping them from moving where they are right now to where they want to get to. And really be excited for you while you do the work that you do, and how brilliant it's going to be when those people find that thing too. This is your work today. How can you incorporate these strategies, these exercises, these to-dos into your daily to-do list? How can you bring things to life? I know that when things feel tough financially, we can feel like, oh my goodness, it's going to be ages before it changes. It's going to be 5 years of undoing or recovering or all of this sort of stuff. Actually, it can be really quick, but you've got to focus on the right things. You've got to work smartly. You've got to talk to your customer. You've got to push yourself out of your comfort zone and become more visible. And you've got to put yourself out there. I hope that has been useful. Please subscribe and follow along, and come back tomorrow for part 3. I can't wait to see you then. Lots of love. Bye.